What is going on, trading family? This is Tony Pollock. I wanted to give you a quick update on your weekly levels to give you some help, assistance, guidance in your trading. Let's dive into these charts, shall we? All right, so SPY opened up an inside candle. Really nothing new going on from Friday. We are pulling back down and we are into a critical spot. This 10 EMA has been the bouncing spot on this entire move, and we are just below it, which is, be aware, we have major earnings. These markets are bouncing. The majority of this bounce came from a handful of stocks, a lot of it being technology. And right now we have a lot of technology earnings coming out. So far, they have not been so great. So people are pretty nervous about Microsoft coming out, Amazon, and a few of these others this week. And you're starting to see that nervousness play out in these markets. What are key levels that you need to pay attention to? A daily close below 410.30 is going to be very, very important for the bears. They need to accomplish this. I love the fact that we broke out above Friday's high, and now it's starting to pull down, and we're not showing the strength at the moment at this 10 EMA. So the bulls are going to need to step in right now and try to get this thing up higher if it's going to go. I personally don't think we're going to have too much of a range either direction over the next few days until Wednesday. I think Wednesday is going to be a very key day for the markets. So at the moment, you are looking for 410.40 ballpark range. These two lower wicks from Thursday and Friday last week are going to be very, very telling. Once we get through that, we're back down into this bouncing zone here would be the next area that I would look for. Of course, there are quite a bit in between that, right? This 20 EMA at 408.50-ish. I'm sorry, 408.70. But the major level would be 405.70. So the bears could break that and move it on down into here. We have all these gaps that are yet to be filled. I am very, very curious to see what happens down into this area. My friends, if this decides to break, if 405.70 breaks, we break this, you will get quite a bit of selling. It will, I imagine we're going to have some big bear candles, a lot like this selling previously over here. It's going to be some large range candles that are going to be pushing down, and then how strong do the bulls come in when we get to these gap fills, okay? So that is your story to the downside. If this decides to go lower, that's your plan. You have these key levels. We break that. We should head down to 408.50. So there's your day trades. There's some short swing trades. If we go bullish, which is very possible, every one of these candles looked very bearish last week, and they got bought up towards the end of the day, which I expect us to do today. Makes sense. So if we decide to go bullish on this guy, your key levels right now are about 415. 415 is, if the bulls want to prove strength, they need some daily closures above 415. We have yet to do that. It needs to happen. If we do that, 420, I would say, is on its way. We have a massive gap here on SPY. SPY hates leaving gaps open. And we have a massive gap coming up here around 421 that I believe needs to get filled. So either we pull down into this 400 range and then bounce up to 420 and fill it. I doubt we're going to leave it behind. So it makes sense that we start to get a bullish move up 420. There also is a little baby gap that's not quite filled yet. Also up here around 425.50, somewhere in there. So both of these could be very good targets for bulls to take their profits. I think bulls might be holding out for some of these if they can keep holding. If not, and we start breaking down on some of these key levels, you're going to see the stop losses getting hit on the bulls, and the bears are going to push this thing down, and we'll see how that battle goes. Okay, I am leaning a little bit more bearish at the moment, only because we're so extended with like 5 bull weeks in a row. Okay, so that is your story. At the moment, we are straight sideways. Qs even more so. If we can get some daily closures on Qs down below 313.70 area to 313, that will tell me the bears are actually here to play. A close below today's 20 EMA, right? If we can close today below that 20 EMA, that would also show me that the bears are somewhat strong. At this point, we're going to have a move and a close above 322 on the Qs to really show some strength. On the Qs, we fill this gap? I don't know if we've quite filled that gap. Still on the Qs. So it's potentially got higher to go. Whenever something consolidates this hard and that long, it usually breaks and traps. So if we go lower, I'm expecting the bulls to come in and buy this thing back up. If we go higher, I'm expecting the bears to step in and push it back down a lot like we've kind of done so far. Expect that to continue, my friends. Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday after market close should be the catalyst this market needs to get out of this sideways trend for the entire month that we've been stuck in. It's going to be fun. Sideways leads to volatility. It leads to big moves. So sit back and wait. If you're not going to do a whole lot, wait this week until Wednesday. Wednesday morning, the gaps that bring in are going to be fantastic for day trading. Come trade with us, my friends. Come join Real Life Trading's community. You can come trade with me live, watch my screen. All these other great traders that we have, come join us. Trade these gaps, make some money, learn how trading is, and learn it from the best day traders, the best swing traders in the world. Have them show you what they're looking at. Watch their screens. By doing is some of the best ways to learn this skill, because trading is simply just a skill. So I hope these levels kind of helped you out. If we break down, I forgot to mention this, if we break down, it's probably going to go to this gap fill at 308. It's going to be a big level that I'm keeping an eye on. If not, then about 302 on Qs makes a lot of sense. Then we wait and see, right? Do the bulls step in like they should, or do we kind of keep pushing down and then we'll go to the next one? And that's how the game is played. If we go higher, I've already kind of mentioned out some of these gap fills, but really 335, 330 on Qs is very, very possible. So it's going to be fun. Come trade alongside us. Ask us questions. Leave questions down in the comments below. I'm happy to get to them whenever I go through my next videos here throughout this week. Love you guys. Good luck trading. Follow your plan. Control your risk. Be surprised with how much money you make, not with how much money you lose. Okay? Control your risk. You always know your risk. Be surprised when you make more than you think. Never be surprised losing more. Okay? Love you guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you around.